Hi, I am the artist currently known as Toby, and this is Listening to Punk in My Shed. Hello, this is Listening to Punk in My Shed, and this week we've got a bit of an oldie-ish. It's from God, how was I going to describe them? Sarcastic, shouty Welsh post-hardcore band from the 2000s, mclusky. The album we're going to be listening to is mclusky Do Dallas, which I thought was just called Do Dallas when I bought it, but styled as mclusky Do Dallas. But like looking at it online, it's actually mclusky Do Dallas by mclusky, which is like a lot neater. That's good. They started off in the 90s, started releasing records in the 2000s, broke up like fairly quickly, went on to do other things. The singer Falco and drummer Jack Eggleston went on to form Future the Left, and a lot of the Future Left fans who hadn't heard mclusky went back and started listening to them. And also there were a lot of people covering old mclusky songs, and that got people back into it. Future Left started playing mclusky songs, actually started doing tours as mclusky asterisk, to make it clear that John Chappell, the bass player of mclusky, was not in the band, because after the breakup of mclusky he moved to a different hemisphere which maybe that's an indication of how well the breakup went. I managed to see them back in the early 2000s. Chappell kicked a bloke off the stage and no one caught him, and he got knocked out, which at the time seemed hilarious, and now as I'm older and more fragile it kind of seems a bit terrifying. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. So mclusky Do Dallas is their second album. Their first, which was called My Pain and Sadness is More Sad and Painful Than Yours, was a bit of a mixed bag of ideas, some of which were really good, some of which didn't quite land. Their third album, which was called The Difference Between You and Me Is I'm Not on Fire, I believe, seems to be more of a continuation of that album, but like much more coherent. And yeah, there was a lot of interesting stuff on there, but still it was very much like pick this, pick that, let's go slow, let's go fast. Still with a heavy vein of sarcasm running through everything, and sort of bit of like post something, deconstruction of something, which is all good. This album, the second album, is named tangentially after a porn film, and was intentionally balls out rock. In that way, I think it's very much their Joshua Tree, possibly. I mean, I don't know, I'm not a U2 fan, so I have no idea what Joshua Tree's like. But if that analogy works, then that's great. If it doesn't, then don't really give a shit. It was produced by Steve Albini, which is cool, because, like, to be honest, like sometimes I just think of Steve Albini as like Steve Albini and forget that he actually has got a job outside of shellac, obviously. By the way, I'm probably going to review some shellac at some point, so get ready for that. That's going to be fun. Yeah. So let's give it a listen. Believe me, I'm innocent. We know what's coming. Shouty and sweary. Yeah, I mean, it's a real statement of intent, this song. And you can see why people have gone back to it and gone like, yeah, I mean, this is what I need. It's nicely like separated, like bass, guitar, drums, like the perfect band with the perfect sound to be recording with Albini. And that's the last time I'm going to mention Albini. It's good. I mean, a lot of mclusky stuff is all about, like deconstruction of scenes, deconstruction of their own position in scenes and stuff like that. And that's what this is. Yeah, deliberately awkward guitar riffs are always fun. Deliberately shoddy. You just go like, yeah, like I'm not going to compete with someone by trying to play guitar well. I'm going to compete with them by playing guitar badly, and it's brilliant. That was always my method, although me trying to play guitar well would be quite an interesting / embarrassing sight. There we go. Simpsons quote, pop culture reference. There's a lot of pop culture references in McCluskey. Nothing super dated. I think it's not like the streets going like, you won't find us in Alta Vista. You used to wear bitches there? I don't know, is that alright? Think to survive. I'm not entirely sure what he's going on about. Dumbing down, fear of dumbing down. Jive Money, I mean that wouldn't have been an up-to-date reference at the time this was released anyway, would it? I mean, yeah, you can apparently just end the song by shouting Danny Baker over and over again. I don't know if he knew something at the time that we didn't about Danny Baker. Danny, oops, that wasn't meant to be a racist text or tweet. Baker. Yeah, fuck this band. I'm sorry, that's the name of the song. Great, like deconstruction of the band's position as musicians that people might look up to, institution of a band, and like a lot of people, including me, would wander around with t-shirts saying McCluskey, fuck this band, which I threw out a long time ago because, like, you know, doesn't really fit anymore. But I don't know, very nice song. By the way, the light levels have changed. It's because I've got pillowcases clothes pegged over the window because the sun was streaming in too much, and then the sun went away a bit, so I have rolled one up just to let a little bit more light in. That's what we're playing with. This is like another big song. This is a single, and the first McCluskey song I ever heard. Back at Offbeats Club in Sheffield. One of those songs where it's just a demonstration of extreme hubris for comic effect. It's sort of like a flip side to Faster by the Manics, which was like a demonstration of hubris to communicate the collapse of your psyche or something. I don't know. It's good. Yeah, more hubris. I mean, that's this whole album, isn't it? It's just like, we're just gonna fuck you. We're just gonna fuck you. We're gonna play music and fuck you. That's what happens. I mean, I don't mean literally fuck you. I don't think anyway. I mean, it's like a terrifying thought of being fucked by McCluskey. And I don't mean that in a homophobic way. I just mean they're terrifying people. Yep. They just hate Gareth Brown, although I believe that it was actually a song about a guy called Gareth Edwards, but Gareth Edwards didn't scan as well as Gareth Brown. I mean, it's like a deliberately childish song, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, like circular riffy shouting, stopping so you can all sing something. Really nice outro track, just gives you everything you want, doesn't it? It reminded me a lot of Future Left, Lapsed Catholics, which I can't now remember if it was on the first or the second Future Left album, but it's a kind of similar way of just going in like, let's just like wrap this up, put a bow on it, album done. Except it's not quite done, and you'll see I'll probably just sit here, let it play all the way through into the secret track. I'm sitting here waiting for the secret track. Oh yeah, like apologies for sitting here looking like Marlon Brando at the end of Apocalypse Now. And it's like the lighting here is atrocious, and I probably should have waited till later in the day to do this, but I want to have my lunch and I've got to go into town and buy some stuff. Standing in the corner like your girlfriend's dead. Oh, I keep pulling that face, I have to stop that. I fucking love this song, man. So that was McClusky Do Dallas by McClusky. If you like your music heartfelt and, you know, like emotionally honest and raw, then it's not for you. If you like sarcastic, noisy punk, then yeah, it's for you. Apparently they're going to be recording some new McClusky stuff with, you know, essentially like the new Future Left lineup, then yeah, you can like get on that shit, go and see them live, whatever. That'd be good. There's always a lot of nice crowd interaction. Nice, I mean, like heckling, not like violence, as occasionally happens. I think the thing about McCluskey that always struck me was how antagonistic they were towards in their music, towards each other. In the end, it was like a lot of fun. Felt very real. I mean, there's videos of like early gigs in Chapel, just John Chapel, the bassist, just punching himself in the face and falling over, which is quite amusing, although probably just done for a joke. I think probably the reason why they're coming back is there was a feeling that McCluskey had a lot more to do, never quite broke America, and yeah, just could have gone a bit further than they did. And so it's nice that they can come back, maybe have another shot at it, or at least just give people a bit more of what they wanted. So it's cool. Yeah, I don't think I've got anything else to say about that. So this was listening to Punk in My Shed.